My herd hierarchy. I thought I was getting hate mail last week. Cannot wait for it. Pack show. What a game last night, and Joy Taylor is joining me. What? How much fun was that?
It was unbelievable.
That's
It was so much fun.
Top 5 Monday Night Football game all time.
We deserved that in 2020.
We did.
We really did. Bad beat, though. Cleveland's always going to come through in some way. Always going to make it happen.
All right, let me start with this. Well, you just keep telling me what Lamar Jackson can't do, and then my eyes keep telling me that's what he is doing. I thought he couldn't throw. I thought he couldn't come from behind. So you're either in the camp that I'm in, which is the dude is special. It's not always pretty, but I love him. Or it's not going to work. So let me give you an example. Phillip Rivers has won 56% of his games. He's the worst athlete at quarterback in the NFL and has been for most of his career. He's got a decent arm, good, not special. And his judgment, not great. Led the NFL in picks twice. 56% of his games. Many of you argue for him to be in the Hall of Fame. Lamar Jackson is the single fastest athlete to ever play quarterback. Nobody looks like him. Judgment, it's actually pretty good. He doesn't make a lot of terrible throws. Now, his arm is below average, but he wins 79% of his games in a really good division. And you guys are telling me, this isn't going to work. I mean, this is not going to work. You keep telling me no, and I keep seeing yes. I'm all about special. 6 to 7 times last night, minimum. Lamar Jackson did something you cannot duplicate in the NFL. No other player can do what he can do. And I'm saying 6 or 7 times. He did 2 of them back-to-back. Baker Mayfield had a good night. He didn't do a single thing you couldn't duplicate, that Mahomes couldn't do, Russell couldn't do, Allen couldn't do. And Baker played well. Not a criticism. But you can duplicate that. I can find that on the market. Lamar Jackson's had back-to-back plays at one point in that game. I'm like, in the history of football, the only player that maybe could do it is Michael Vick. Maybe. Are we into special? His quarterback rating last night was 116. Now, I've heard this before. He cannot throw. No, I watch football. Tim Tebow couldn't throw. Couldn't throw. At one point, was 4th on the Denver Broncos, a first-round pick, was 4th on their quarterback depth chart. Colin Kaepernick had no touch. Swing pass, he was throwing a 99-mile-an-hour heater. I have watched Lamar Jackson go 10 for 10 against the Colts defense in the second half at Indianapolis and win. And I watched him last night. I thought he couldn't come from behind. I guess he can. They trailed. He came in. Cramps. Threw him out there. The game changed. There's also these things. You all love Dak. There's not a lot of special, but you love the intangibles. Lamar Jackson is a leader. His teammates love him. His coaches love him. He's coachable. He's not defensive about his criticisms like an Aaron Rodgers. He embraces it. I know it's not pretty. I know the slow-mo version of him throwing a football is not exactly NFL films. It's hide your eyes stuff. It's like, this is painful. And he misses some open throws. But he is so unique and so gifted at so many other things, I don't get the argument. Tebow's career passer rating was 75. Kaepernick's was in the 80s, and you defend him to the end. Lamar Jackson's career passer rating this year is 95, and you're all complaining it's an off year. It's at 95, and that division is arguably, when Joe Burrow was healthy, the best division in football. He didn't get a lot of days off. Phillip Rivers also, who some of you argue is a Hall of Famer, didn't start until 25. Lamar's 23. We're not seeing the best of Lamar. He keeps getting better and better and better. Listen, I always said this about Mike Tyson. When you're a boxer and you scare other heavyweight boxers, Tyson was totally flawed. At the end of his career, he didn't even jab. But you pay to watch Tyson. Tyson was special. Tyson scared other heavyweights. Lamar Jackson, have you ever known a pro athlete? Have you ever been around a pro athlete? I've had a few pro athlete friends, and you play a pickup game with them, and the football player among a bunch of basketball players is so much better than everybody else on the court. Much like Mike Tyson scared other heavyweights. Lamar Jackson makes other professional athletes look so stupid and so inept and so slow. You love Phillip Rivers, terrible athlete, iffy judgment, decent arm. Lamar's the best athlete in the world. He has good judgment. It looks like crap. A lot of times it looks terrible, but he's got touch. He can come from behind. I don't get it. If you didn't see, by the way, the reason Baltimore won, they trailed when he came back from cramps. Let's give you, if you didn't see the game-winning kick, here it is.
Morgan Cox for the snap. Sam took the hold. Tucker's kick is traveling down the middle. It is long enough. It is good! And with 2 seconds left to play, the hay's in the barn, and the Ravens are on path to make the playoffs with an unbelievable comeback.
It was fun. All right, now let's address it from the Cleveland side. And it's not about Baker. Well, not really. So a lot of you are saying, well, Colin. Lamar was great and stuff, but Cleveland's defense is terrible. Yet the reasons